Hello, welcome back to NJCDC's The Loft. Today, we welcome the FEC, the Financial Empowerment Center. Thank you guys for coming. I appreciate you guys, taking the time to talk to me today. Can you just go around the table and introduce yourselves?
My name is Oscar Vakene. I am the program manager here at Paterson Financial Empowerment Center.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Iraida Francisco, and I'm one of the counselors at Financial Empowerment Center.
Hello, I am Janice Garcia, and I am one of the financial counselor.
Awesome. So today, basically, I just want to, kind of go over the program, let the people know what you guys do and how they could get involved as well. So for those who don't know what the FEC is, can you guys give us a little elevator pitch on what the program is?
Sure. So I would just start off by the FEC. We provide a free, no-cost, confidential, one-on-one public financial counseling to the community to help them out achieve financial stability.
And how would you say that your program is different from other programs that might do something similar?
So we are completely free to Paterson residents. Okay. And we offer free and confidential counseling. So anybody that comes to us, we kind of do an overview, kind of financial, see where they are. And it's completely free, like I said.
Okay. Something that I want to ask before we really dive into this, can you give us a little bit of an overview on the specific services you guys provide to people? Like say if I came in, what's a common need that someone can have, and then how do you usually service that person?
Yes, when a person comes to our office, we do provide individual financial counseling. What it means individual, because you can focus on a specific goal with the short or long term. One of the services that we provide is take a look of any collections account. Let's review and complete and balance your budget. Implement a debt reduction. Let's do and work on credit improvement. We do also have referrals for social services. We do have referral for first-time home buyer. And the new program that comes out a month ago is legacy planning in order to create your own will.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay. So it seems like, you also have kind of the people who are coming in to your offices are maybe a little bit older is what I'm kind of getting, if you're also, or is that kind of a demographic you're trying to target?
Not specifically, because wills could start off at any kind of age.
Okay. Of course.
Yeah. Just to be prepared. It does target some of our seniors, which we are doing a lot of the senior housing in Paterson. Mm-hmm. A lot of people with wills and trusts don't know that this is a service that we offer, that we're starting to offer. Yeah. And a lot of people in that category thinks probably that this is probably for the wealthier or more like complex of wills and trusts, and it's not. Mm-hmm. And that's what we're here to teach people about, that you have to be prepared for wills.
Yeah, 100%. I know also when it comes to wills and those kinds of things, it once eventually you pass, it makes things a lot easier for your family afterwards, because I'm sure it could get messy.
Correct.
But okay, so out of the services you kind of just told me about, which service do you think is you guys see most in demand as of right now?
I do believe that the most services that we provide is the credit. Reviewing your credit history.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, even though we are no social worker, mm-hmm. I want to clarify that everybody can come to us. Like Jenny says before, we have referral. So we work with all the nonprofit organizations. Mm-hmm. And when we have that first interview or session or appointment, when we review all the information with the client, with the FHA, we have a couple of questions, we're going to find out what exactly they need.
Yeah.
So we emphasize in the financial side, but we refer to different institutions. Mm-hmm. I don't want to name anybody now.
Yeah, that's fine.
And also when we said about legacy planning, as far as I know, people doesn't have any information about what we call in bank. I have a bank background, like okay. POA or POD, is they don't have anybody to take care of their accounts if they are not available. or even to have someone, family or friend or significant other, that if they are sick and they have to go to the hospital, somebody to take charge, take care of them, or also make decision with their doctors about it. For me, and right now, I'm working a lot with first-time home buyers.
Oh yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah.
And we are having excellent results about it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I know. I think that's also like a trend I've seen with the first-time home buyer, and the people are taking like that loan out too. I know people are making moves with that. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised to hear that. That's great though.
So in our program, people might not be particularly ready to buy a home, but we'll get you to that process where we need to figure out, what kind of score you need, what kind of income. And so it is a process, maybe a year and a half, but that is something that we definitely help clients with in that perspective.
Speaking of your clients, can you guys think of a success story that come out of your program that, you really helped somebody and really, definitely put your services to good use?
My biggest success story is when someone needs to review the student loan. They do not know how much they owe. They do not know the balances at the moment, and they do not know how to start paying it. I remember I stopped. Government are working on a student loan, and people stop paying their student loan. And now everybody needs to start paying, and they do not know where to start.
Yeah, I know. I graduated a couple years ago from Montclair State, and I know a lot of my fellow peers were definitely like stressed out about like student loans, and I know they were like paused for a little while there. So I'm sure you guys have definitely put a lot of minds at ease when it comes to that, because I could definitely relate. Anybody else in success story or favorite story? Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I have different ones. But like we do different services, I categorize it a different way. Like person that come to us worrying about eviction.
Yeah.
And now they have that is resolved. Also, a lot of clients that's totally undocumented, and right now they are totally full documented.
Oh, wow.
Also, I have a lot of my clients that became business owner and also homeowner.
Yeah, there you
And
go.
others that they have their homes already, but they were fully on debt, and through the HELOC, they can resolve and pay all this debt.
Yeah, 100% really turn everything around,
Yes.
I know Christina, when I talked to Christina at the neighborhood health center about specifically like immigration and stuff, and people being undocumented, going through that process and getting documented. I'm sure maybe you guys have been working hand in hand in some way when it comes to all that. And I've heard that you guys have been doing really great on that front these past few months. So I know, there's no doubt that you guys are doing like great work over there. So yeah.
We are really grateful that we are doing this. So people in Paterson know more about us, because when we say financial empowerment center, they only think it's about financial. No, we help everybody
100%
in all the areas. So don't stop. Come to us. It doesn't matter what is your situation, what are your needs. Come to us.
Yeah, I mean, you guys got referrals for a reason. You know what I mean? So you have resources at your disposal 100%.
Yep, no matter the immigration status or if you are high or low income, no matter, you can come to us.
Even if you are looking for a job.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I mean, I know there's always opportunity somewhere,
Yes.
So when it comes to, everyone has different needs and whatnot. So what do you guys specifically look at when you're personalizing a plan for somebody? And how do you, what like kind of adjusts, what's like, I believe is a big impact on that plan,
I'm going to go to that like I am in the first session with a client, because it's easier to follow.
Yeah, sure.
Besides all the personal information and everything, we do a soft pull in the Twitter through Experian. It's no cost. It's not going to affect you in anything. Like I said, it's a soft pull. Soft pull means that will only affect you when you ask for any kind of money. Can be credit card, can be personal loan, can be a home loan or car. Besides that, it's not going to affect you anything.
Okay.
Other set of questions that we do, like I mentioned it before, is FHA. Is couple of general questions that we ask, and depending of the answers, we're taking notes so we know all the needs.
Yeah.
Even when the client comes, they don't even know exactly what they need.
Yeah.
Maybe they come for one reason, and we found like 5 or 6 different reasons.
100%.
So we can work with.
Well, you guys are thorough, you know what I mean? And I'm sure there's a lot of different factors that, not everyone is educated on, right? But I'm sure, I guess that's part of the job too, is just educating your clients.
Based on those questions, we can find out if they have insurance. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they don't even mention it because they say, "Oh, I don't qualify." But what insurance are you looking for?
Yeah,
you qualify for any kind of insurance.
Yeah.
Even like if they need food, if they need clothing, if they need shelter, if they need jobs, like I mentioned before. And the most important is when we say referral, it's not like, okay, go there and we forget about it.
Yeah.
No, when we refer you to the different institution, it's because we have totally communication with the person that is going to see you there or wait for you there, and we're going to follow up.
Yeah.
That referral.
Okay. So I'm sure when people come into your office, I'm sure people might be like a little bit hesitant. It sounds like people are kind of hesitant to kind of reveal like all of like their needs and stuff. Cause I guess when it comes to financial empowerment, it could be a sensitive topic for people. How do you guys usually deal with trying to like talk to your clients, have them like kind of open up a little bit and kind of share those things? Cause I'm sure it's not easy for on the client side of things,
Well, the first time that we explain our client is that we are in an office, totally closed, is totally private, it's 1-on-1.
Yeah.
If this is in the office, if no, it's via Zoom. Mm-hmm. And we try to make them really confident that we don't want to share this information with anybody.
Yeah.
What we talk about, stay there.
Confidential.
Nobody know. Even if they go with a significant other, if they don't allow that person to be in that session, they have to wait in the waiting room.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Oh, wow.
Confidential
because
information.
even husband and wife, they don't want to share some kind of information.
Yeah.
So I explained that before.
Yeah.
But if they allow the other person to be there, it's on them.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
A lot of times where couples do come together, we kind of do 2 separate counselors and have 2 different sessions so we could understand each other's goals and problems that they're having. Something that they might not want to talk in front of their spouse, but they need to. So that's why we always do like separate sessions.
Yeah, I suppose that's fair. So moving on, when it comes to, like I said, a part of the job sounds like it's educating, and so what are some misconceptions about credit, savings, and debt that you guys encounter with your clients?
The misconception that I found is what accounts take into account in order to review your credit history.
Okay.
Sometimes clients do not know that actually a good debt, credit card, a good debt is actually will be in place on your credit history. If you don't have that, you will not have a FICO score. You will not have actually a FICO score. So people are afraid on applying for a new credit card or applying or open a new line of credit, but they actually need it. Those are needed in order to get a credit history, in order to get a FICO score.
Yes, and I try to explain to my clients, like, I try to make it easy, like a joke, and say, credit is a game. You need to know how to play that game. So that game is good for you, not against you.
Yeah.
And also when people have misconception of how many credit cards, how many debt, it's not quantity, it's quality.
Yeah.
I prefer 1, maximum 2. Good one. Can be depending on the rate, or can be the line of credit, or that they have. It's not having like 10 or 15, 200, 300 here, 500 here. So like you said, it's more education. It's a little simple details that can go against you. Like you think, oh no, but I make my payments every month. I'm doing well, but you are not doing well. But we have to go through that step by step. Simple details.
I'm sure, like, I think when I was a kid, and I was like getting into college, and I was thinking about getting like a credit card and stuff, there were definitely things where it's like, oh man, I don't know if I want to use this because like I don't want to be like in debt and whatnot. And I think I had the same. Obviously everyone was. I mean, every college student is scared of student loans and debt and stuff. But like now that I'm educated, I'm like, oh man, I wish I did a little bit more, because then I could definitely I could have been building my credit this whole time, and I had like no idea, So I think that's definitely that's like one that I've also seen just like living out in the world, and I'm sure you see a lot more of it in your line of work.
So we do a lot with the local high schools, with the East Side and Kennedy high schools, where we do seminars and we do table events whenever they have anything going on at the school. And this is definitely one thing that we teach the students about starting early, and 100%. How credit can help you down the line, whether it's with college or finding a job. They're always going to look at your credit history, and so the earlier you start, the better it's going to be for you.
Yeah, 100%. I wish I had that in college. I wish you guys were around when I was in high school. Yeah, that's great. That's awesome though. I didn't know you guys worked closely with the high schools.
And like you say, with that education, we are not trying to say, okay, everybody go out and get that.
Yeah.
Especially college students, it's a need.
Mm-hmm.
You have to use it wisely.
Yeah, 100%.
But sometimes it's more beneficial to having a credit card than having money in your hands. Especially like young adults, they want to have the new car. a lot of things they wanted to achieve.
Mm-hmm.
Not all the time you have the money in your hands.
Yeah.
But with a good credit, you can have more opportunities.
100%. 100%.
And we usually just tell the high school kids they might not qualify for a credit card, but if you could do one of these credit cards with your parents with a small balance, $500 to $1,000, and just as you use it, pay it in completely full at the end of the month. That will show the credit cards that you're responsible and that you're able to pay this at the end of the month. And again, it doesn't have to be a big credit line, $500 to $1,000. You go out, buy school books or whatever it may be, spend it on a credit card, and just pay it off at the end of the month.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, I want to clarify that our clients that even if they never had a credit, we can go with them and we can teach them how to start having a credit.
Yeah,
but with the right side, like. Not in a negative way.
Yeah, 100%.
Just start and getting debt. No,
it definitely helps, especially
we're gonna start like secure credit card, and then little by little they're gonna have regular credit card through the bank. I know that nowadays all the banks send letters and letters and letters to the houses, and they say, "Well, I applied, but I didn't qualify." Well, because you haven't started yet.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start from the beginning.
100%. 100%. I know that when it comes to the things, the goals that you guys have been talking about, like for the future, whether it be buying a home or getting the new car or whatever, if you have a good credit line, like you said, you'll have more opportunities. Maybe you'll be able to, get that car sooner than you would have otherwise. You know what I mean? So I think letting people know about that is very, very important.
Yes. Our client has to know that there's 3 things that has to work together.
Yeah.
Is the credit or the credit score.
Okay.
The limit of the credit, the debt that they have, they call DTI in the bank.
Okay.
Is the amount of debt, because like I said, it's no quality, it's no quantity, it's quality.
Yes.
And also something that a lot of parents especially got confused is, they want to have the kids to go to college, they want to own a home, but they are afraid. Because if I own a home, they don't want to qualify for college. And this is wrong. Couple of years before it was like that, but now it's different because college don't see only the price of the house, it's just the value of the house. Like if the house is $500,000 but your equity is only 50, that's the college you're going to see, just the equity that you have in the property, not the whole amount of the debt. Because it's no income, it's debt. So don't get afraid, come to us.
There you go. This is what you do. So moving on, when it comes to the term, you guys are called the Financial Empowerment Center. What does financial empowerment mean, at least to you, or what does that look like to you?
So in my experience, I would say that our client, financial empowerment is the combination of having knowledge, skills, and confidence to make choices that lead to financial well-being, because that's where we all want to be.
Yeah.
So definitely having knowledge, and skills to be able to save, to have confidence to know your credit and where it stands?
For me, financial empowerment means that we are encouraging, educating our people. No matter if your income, no matter your age, you can start from small step and move forward for a financial goal.
And like another synonym about empowerment, because it sounds like a big word, I use be in control, be stronger, be more confident, like he says, and also have the authority. Especially like I'm working a lot with a first-time home buyer. I have a phrase that I tell my clients. I says, especially now with the increasing of the rent, I say, if you are paying rent, you are paying someone else's mortgage. Why you don't pay your own mortgage?
Yeah, yeah.
And that's stay in their mind.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that like they'll be sleeping at night paying the rent. They're like, oh man, like I couldn't.
They're paying the mortgage of somebody else, and the other person is like living chilling.
Yeah. No, I'm sure that.
And you are struggling.
Moving on, what's one simple step someone listening, right now someone could take today to start improving on their financial health?
So for me, depending on your situation, I always tell people, somebody, open up a savings account, take $25 out of your paycheck, don't even look at it, don't even pretend it's not there, and then just from your paycheck, every time your paycheck comes in, have $20, $25, $50 straight to the savings, and don't touch it. That will be your emergency fund. Because what I find out is that a lot of people don't have an emergency fund. So what happens when certain things in life come up, car repair, medical, or anything like that? They're not ready. And a lot of Americans, unfortunately, are not. So if you do a small step just to take some money from your paycheck and just put it in a savings account, that will help a lot of things out when things do come up, because they are going to come up.
I use a lot of phrases. Like Jesus. You don't save because you have left. You never have left.
Yeah.
You save, like Oscar says, because you know that emergency occur. It doesn't matter which one. You just has to implement that. The way that I do with my clients is when we call money tracker, is when we do all the income and the expenses and everything. In that list of the expenses, like pay the rent, buy the PSCNG, cable, cell phone, Oscar says 25. Sometimes I start with $10 just to start the behavior of saving.
Yeah.
And like he says, if you have a checking account, just open a savings account. Sometimes I say in the different bank.
Yeah.
Because it's too easy for you to transfer over. No, in a different bank or different credit union.
Yeah.
So that way, pow, you don't touch it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
And the client has to see that we are not reprimanding them. We are just helping them to have a better life, an easy way, stress release. Just 100%. Come to us. Come to us. We can make a plan together.
100%.
Mm-hmm. The first step that I take is reviewing the budget, because that's the key point in order to implement a saving goal, a retirement goal, education goal for you, for your family. So as go into details, accurate numbers, we can print out a bank statement and take a look month to month. And you will see, this is where I'm spending more than I thought that I was doing. And you can make an adjustment for a better.
I think when I started like have my own like debit card account, and I was like kind of like saving up and stuff, I'm like, I mean, now I understand the importance of like all of these things, right? And I know that like, man, if I did start doing like some of these things you guys are saying, like I probably would be like a lot better off right now. Not to say I'm not bad off or anything, but I'm just saying like I think these are like very like important things that not a lot of people. It sounds like when you're telling them to me, it sounds like, oh yeah, like that makes sense. That's like it sounds obvious at first, but I guess like if you're coming with it with like no knowledge at all, it's like not something that you're even like, I guess, like thinking of, You know what I mean? But that's great. That's really great advice.
I think like if I work in the student side, like board education or something like that, that should be one of the subjects.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
In the teaching side, like financial literacy.
I think, yeah, I wish I had that class like in high school. You know what I mean? That would have been a great class. You know, you guys, listen, we'll have an initiative. You guys will teach the classes. You know, we'll make it happen. We'll make it happen. You know what I mean? Okay, so moving on, I know the FEC has different partners. You know, we've talked about referrals and whatnot. So how do your partnerships like strengthen the resources that you guys offer at the FEC?
So knowledge power. So what I mean by that is we work together with different banks. So we know the bank programs. We know what type of checking accounts they're offering, savings accounts, first-time home buyers, credit cards. So the more you know about how different banks work, the different scenarios we could paint to our clients. If you go to this bank, they might be able to help you with this. If you go to this bank, they're better at this of what you're looking for. So it's our duty to know those products. And that's why we work with different banks to know more.
And we have to specify that, like Oscar says, we don't work for any bank or credit union. We work with and for our clients. So we're trying to find the less cost, even if no cost, for our client. Can be savings, checking, if they're applying for loans, or the consolidation, mortgage. It's just for them. Yeah. Even if they say, oh, but I don't like this or I don't like that one, it's their decision at the end. Yeah. We just gave them the better resources, the better places that they can have better deals. So
moving on, the program that you guys, the FEC, like just your program in general, started in 2008. Now it's in Paterson. What are the major changes you guys have observed in the financial challenges of your clients, you think, during the time you've been working here?
So, like you said, this program was started back in 2008 by Michael Bloomberg, after the real estate crash in 2007, 2008, or the subprime mortgage crisis, which millions of people lost their homes, unfortunately. Thankfully, we came over that situation. Our housing situation it's doing a lot better. What the challenge I see now is with credit cards, with a lot of people taking out massive loans of credit cards and getting into the initial 0% or 1 year of no interest. And so they start thinking that they're going to be able to pay this back. But when the actual interest rate of 29, 30%, 33%, I seen them as high as that, now it's time to repay. And once that interest kicks in, the minimum payment is just way too much for most Americans. And that's why so many people are falling back under credit cards and having masses of debt with all these things coming in because they just can't keep up. I read this article lately that 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. So they take credit cards to cover a lot of those expenses. But when it comes, they're not able to pay this back. And that's where people get in trouble.
Yeah. And it's so easy now. It's so many websites. Like, even if you order something online, the best thing that you can see is, even if you have your debit card or your credit card to use it, that pop up. Oh, you want to pay with this? I don't want to mention any name. Do you want to pay with this or that? And they give you option. And say, oh, and you can make payments, like a small payments. And I said this because when I reviewed the credit report, I said, well, why these clients has the same company
and multiple loans?
Yeah, because in the report, it shows like a unsecured loan or personal loans. Mm-hmm. But sometimes you just buy a shirt. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But that side pop up, oh, you want to pay in a small amount? Mm-hmm. You say, okay, yes, but you don't see how many is going to be the rates or anything. Yeah. And then you have a lot of that. Like I keep telling my clients, and now here to the podcast, is no quantity, is quality. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Everywhere you go, if you go to any department store, the first thing they do is, oh, if you apply today, we're going to give you 20%. And then you got hooked up there. Yeah. And also that I try to explain to them is, besides dealer, store, department store, furniture store, it's a bank behind. All companies works with a bank.
Yeah.
So if you have one TD Bank, for example, if you have one car, TD Bank, directly to the bank. But if you go to Bob Furniture, it's the same bank.
Yeah.
Capital One, most of the dealers work with Capital One. If you have one Capital One, if you go to a dealer, use that one. Because then you're going to pay the percentage to the bank and the percentage to the department store or the dealer. It's just to be educated a little bit. People don't know that.
Yeah.
So if you pay like 16% directly to the bank, when you take it through the department store or the dealer or whatever, you're paying 29%.
Yeah.
So you're paying double.
Wow.
That's what we are here for. It's just to learn together.
100%.
And I always teach people on the difference between needs and wants. So you might need something, but you might want something. And a lot of people become in that spending habits of buying things they want, but they don't really need, you know?
Yeah.
And so I teach people on trying to control themselves and seeing how much money they could save per month on little things, whether it's Starbucks, going out there and buying a $7 cappuccino, whatever it may be. And if you times that of how many times a week you go to, then you could be investing that money at the end of the month. Now, do you want that coffee or do you need that coffee? And that's where I go with clients, where you might want it, but you don't need it, but you could do so much things differently with that.
Yeah.
And little steps like that is going to become big stepping stones at the end of the road.
One of my difficulties that I see on my client is when their income is reduced, they stress out, they lack their mind, that they do not know what to do. Yeah. But exactly, when you sit with a financial counselor, we can make an adjustment. That's the key. Make an adjustment in order to review your lifestyle, your lifestyles, and also your spending habit.
Yeah, 100%.
Educating our client in regards to that, what is a need and what is what you want. Before cell phone, a couple of years ago, everybody used a watch.
Okay.
So like in my hands, I have a bracelet and a watch. So what do you need and what do you want?
Yeah.
You understand? So other thing that I see a lot, especially with us Latino side, is I don't know if it's family pressure, cultural pressure, or being competition with your own kind. Like they invest in their country. But you know what they do? For example, I'm Dominican. Here, I'm struggling here. In all different ways. Like Oscar says, living in credit cards, living in debt, but they invest in their country. So you know what they do? They come and they take all the cash from the credit cards here to buy an apartment there, or to buy a land, or to build a house. So imagine that.
Yeah.
How much interest they have to pay in those credit cards.
Oh, yeah.
To be able to look good in your country and send money there.
Wow. That's crazy. I didn't know that was happening. I didn't know that was a thing. Yo, I mean, like, I know.
You don't know what we see here.
Yo, man, it sounds wild. Like, I have heard of people like, oh, yeah, maybe, like, if they're doing okay, like, yeah, maybe I'll go buy, like, a house in Puerto Rico or something to go,
because
like, whatever.
A lot of people only use their credit card just to buy. Maybe they don't use the cash. The credit card give you cash also. So they take all the cash from the credit cards.
Wow. That's crazy,
And
though.
sometimes they finance there.
They finance?
So they pay the interest and the financing there, plus all the credit cards here. It's crazy.
Wow. That is crazy. Moving on. Looking ahead, I know you guys mentioned what was the program called? To write a will?
So
it's legacy planning.
Legacy
planning.
Yep.
Yeah. So I know you mentioned that, but are there any other programs as well you guys would like to mention that are upcoming that you guys want to bring up that's coming in the next few years? So
the FEC is teaming up with Wills and Trusts. That's the only one that we know about. Okay. Obviously, there's always new things coming up to our program.
Okay.
But with the Wills and Trusts, how it works, that if you come through our FEC and you do your will, it's going to be absolutely free. Now, this could be a couple $100 if you go do it through a lawyer or through another agency. With us, as long as you come through our program and you go through our steps, you're going to go through a little kind of procedure where it's going to be absolutely free. So you can't beat that.
So what are the kind of the steps that people are or have to take? If you could give a small review on that.
So with the wills, it's gathering your information together.
Okay.
Now we won't tell you whether you choose your son or daughter as your next kin of your wills, but we'll get you the paperwork and being ready for that. Now the person has to pick their own things, so it's connected to a website, and they have to do the legwork, and also with medical proxies too, which is very important. Your per se, your anything medical comes up, your final wishes or how you want this to be handled. So those things is more of a personal kind of thing that only you're able to answer those questions. We're only there to guide you. We're not there to tell you what to do. And so that's the important part.
Yeah, no, that's incredible. I think that's like a need that I didn't even think about that there is out there that needs to be met, but not when you say it out loud. I'm like, yeah, that's very important for people to have,
especially with your medical wishes. A lot of people don't think about that.
Yeah,
but those are some decisions that your family is gonna have to make, and those are the hardest decisions because side of the family might think differently of what they want, and maybe another side of the family might say, well, we don't want that. So you having clear expectations on what to do, that makes it easier and more friendlier with the families.
Okay, and that's like comes in the case of like a DNR or stuff like that. So when you're talking about
medical, yeah. Whether let's say you're in a car accident,
yeah.
What would you want the family to do? And obviously, this is a tough, subject to bring up.
Yeah.
But it's reality.
Yeah.
And so there's decisions that have to be made. And so what, do you want to be cremated? Per se, do you want to be buried? Okay. So all those questions might come up, at that point where, organs, kind of thing. So all that comes up.
Okay.
And also a lot of banks or credit unions right now, they don't allow anybody to even to deposit into your account. Before, nobody can withdraw, but everybody can deposit into your account.
Okay.
Now they don't even accept anybody to deposit into your account. So if you don't have a POA, what we call in the bank, is a power of attorney, and you can go to your bank for any reason, and you need to make a deposit, an emergency deposit or anything, nobody can do it. They're going to deny. Mm-hmm. Not your kids, your spouse, anybody. So it's really important. That's when they come, when we ask all the questions, we ask, do you have somebody into your bank account in case you need it? POA is when you are alive.
Yeah.
It's just if you can't go to the bank. And POD is after you die. So a lot of people have accounts and they don't even know that those services are there for them.
Yeah.
To be able to use it.
Yeah. POD would be paid upon death.
Okay.
Correct. So those are who should inherit that money. And that is definitely something that a lot of people overlook with their banks when they go open up a bank account. Per se, you yourself, you have a bank account?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have somebody as the POA or POD in your bank account?
I don't.
You don't. So knock on wood, if anything were to happen to you, there's a lengthy process that you will have to go through the courts for your family to access what you have in your money. Now, if you have a POD or POA, that would clear up everything with the bank.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I didn't even know these. I didn't know these things that you guys are telling me right now. I'm like, oh man, maybe I should talk about that with my family and stuff.
Yeah, very important.
Okay. That's a great tool to protect what you have. I said, my client, no matter a dime, no matter a dollar that you left in your bank account, you need to have a beneficiary in order to get access when you are unable to 100%. Do so. Mm-hmm.
That's very important. And I'm sure like all those details are laid out in those documents in your will too when it comes to
exactly.
That. And we are just talking about a simple savings or checking account. What about if you have a nice car or your home? Mm-hmm. Oh, people think like, oh, I have kids, they inherit automatically.
No.
You don't know, the state can take it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so it's good to it's good to set that up all now, Mm-hmm. But earlier I mentioned, it could be maybe hard for people to come in. People may be a little hesitant, right, to come into the FEC and to talk about like their finances and one of their financial situations. So for someone who's listening right now who might be seeking help but are hesitant to, what would you tell them?
Don't hesitate. Come to us. It doesn't matter what is your need. It doesn't matter what is your income or immigration status or age. Just come to us. We're going to find a solution together. We're going to make a plan together. This is free. This is free.
Yeah.
That's the other key. It's no costs. No matter how many sessions you need, I'm here to protect, to guide you in order to make a financial goal or just get out where you are, no matter the problem.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid, no matter the problem. We are not sharing the information to the police, to the immigration or IRS. We can talk about anything, taxes, about debt in mortgage, anything. Please come.
Okay.
And you definitely have to start somewhere, and your finances should be priority to you.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that the problem is going to get solved if you just wait. It's not. So you have to start off somewhere, and starting somewhere would be a financial counselor.
And a lot of mistake that a lot of people make is they think like their bill's going to disappear. Medical bills, student loans, credit cards. In this country, you have to pay for everything.
Yeah.
So they're going to stay there if you don't take charge of. And don't be afraid, because we're going to work together. If we need to call banks, credit union, store, if we need help from the lawyers, that's what we are here for.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid.
Yeah. So for those who are listening and they're like, okay, I'm convinced, I want to reach out. And these guys are speaking like gospel right now. How can they reach you guys? How can they book an appointment to see you?
So you could call us direct, 973-413-1655. You could call us direct. One of us will answer. Whether we're in a meeting, another counselor will take the phone call, or you could email us at fvc@njcdc.org. You could just give us your information and we'll give you a call back. Or if you see one of our flyers, there's a little barcode there that you could set up an appointment direct. That is on our website, and that is, we have flyers all over the city. But you could scan that little barcode, and if you're a new client, you could see which counselor is available at that time, and if it matches your time, then you book it.
Okay, and I'll definitely in the description of the video, I'll make sure to, or the episode, I'll make sure to put that information, the phone number and the email address and stuff too.
Even if they go to the Google,
yeah.
Everybody go to Google, FEC Paterson. We're going to be there.
There you go.
Correct.
Number one.
Different type of sessions by phone, in person, or Zoom. We can do that too.
Oh yeah, you guys do Zoom?
We do Zoom.
Okay. Okay, that's incredible. That's good. Well, thank you guys so much for sitting down and talking with me. I think this was a great conversation. I definitely learned some things, and hopefully other people that are watching and listening. And hopefully I'll see you guys in here again very soon.
Yeah, sounds good. And again, I just want to emphasize, we're just touching the basics here.
Oh yeah.
100%. And there's so much more that we do that we could help you with. It's just you have to take the chance and give us a call.
And everybody needs us. It doesn't matter how much you make. The more you make, the more you spend. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right.
Thank you, Danny, for having us.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you.